Together, let us discover the studies of the science behind nightmares. I will, f- I will first state the definitions of nightmares, followed by explaining the causes of nightmares through scientific research studies and articles and manuals, and lastly, I will discuss the treatment of nightmares. As stated by the American Psychiatric Association, nightmares are a sleep problem, commonly defined as distressing dreams that are remembered by the dreamer and usually result in awakening. An article entitled Nightmares in the Brain, posted from Harvard Medical School in 2015, stated that nightmares are considered frightening dreams that result in feelings of terror, fear, distress, or anxiety. Moreover, it is stated that it is during REM sleep that vividly recalled dreams occur most often. REM is a stage of sleep characterized by rapid eye movement wherein the brain structures in the default network exert influence. Because we tend to dream on sleep wake cups, images imagined while dreaming, including the vivid, as mentioned earlier, and often terrifying images produced during nightmares, are often remembered. Lastly, Zadra A., Robert G., Duquette A., and English V on worst nightmares versus idiopathic nightmares, a content analysis posted in April 2018, stated that nightmares are a key feature of PTSD, or post traumatic stress disorder. Now that we understood what nightmares are, let's examine their causes, explained through scientific research studies and articles. Awakening is an outcome of nightmares based on Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders and the International Classification of Diseases 10th edition and the International Classification of Sleep Disorders 3rd edition. Stated from an assessment of medical practitioners' knowledge of, experience with, and a treatment attitude towards sleep disorders and nightmares, attributing to PTSD development and maintenance, and as often reported among trauma survivors. Furthermore, it is stated that the nightmares are significantly associated with suicidal ideations and attempts, hence, it indicates the importance of treatment. Sadly, sometimes nightmares replay the traumatic experiences, according to the National Center for PTSD of the United States Department of Veteran Affairs, and moreover, two articles further explain the causes of nightmares, and one is supposed by Carol Derkosian in an article Nightmares in Adult on May 15, 2019, and the other is an article entitled Nightmares, posted from the Psychology Today website in 2019. These articles explain the various causes of nightmares, such as increasing metabolism and signal to the brain activating it more often after a late night snack, medication that contribute to the frequency of nightmares, such as antidepressants, narcotics, and blood pressure medications. Along with this, withdrawal from substances, drugs may trigger it as well. Lastly, sleep deprivation and several psychological triggers can cause nightmares as well. Now that we determine the causes of nightmares, let's discuss the different course of treatment. As various ways cause nightmares, there are also different ways of treatment too. Dosages should be altered, or different drugs used for medication-induced nightmares. And as for people with post-traumatic and chronic nightmares, treatment options are psychological therapy or medication. And one of this is the image rehearsal therapy, wherein it is a cognitive therapy where people recall and write down the information to rewrite them positively at the end. Then the individual then rehearses the rewritten version before going to sleep to displace the unwanted content during sleep. This has been investigated in many studies and has been found to reduce nightmares frequency and stress. And these treatments are furtherly supported by the article I mentioned earlier on nightmares in adults, giving us the same treatments and as mentioned previously. Additionally, as cataloged by the Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, support from friends and relatives can also help in reducing stress, which might be a cause as well. Consulting a mental health professional is recommended, while also working on a regular exercise, better sleeping habits, and relaxation therapy to reduce muscle tension and anxiety. Lastly, there should be a limit to substances taken such as alcohol, caffeine, tranquilizers, and other stimulants, especially at bedtime. First, we stated the definitions of nightmares. Then we identified the causes of nightmares, studies in scientific research and articles. Finally, we learned the various treatments of nightmares, and today we discover the science behind nightmares. Do you experience nightmares? Maybe it's time to do something about it. Thank you very much.